Chapter 1. The beginning of the dream. Arin lives in a small, quiet village where life is simple and predictable. She works alongside her family, helping with farm duties, but her heart yearns for something more. Growing up, she was fascinated by stories of master blacksmiths who created weapons and tools of unmatched beauty and strength. She feels a calling, an urge to create, but her village has never seen a female blacksmith. Whenever she speaks of her dream, the villagers laugh or shake their heads, reminding her that blacksmithing is a man's profession and that her duty is to follow the traditional path. But Arin refuses to accept these limitations. She secretly practices with small tools, shaping scraps of metal whenever she has free time. One night, under a starlit sky, she makes a decision that will change her life. She tells her family that she's leaving for the capital to become a master blacksmith. Though they try to persuade her to stay, Arin is firm. With only a few coins, some food, and a small keepsake from her mother, she sets off on her journey with hope and determination as her only companions. Chapter 2. First steps in the forge of determination. Arin's journey is filled with hardships. Traveling alone is dangerous, and she faces hunger, exhaustion, and the harsh elements. In a small town she passes through, she finds a blacksmith's forge and offers her labor in exchange for food and a place to sleep. The blacksmith, a gruff and dismissive man named Garrick, is skeptical but agrees, seeing her as cheap labor. Working for Garrick is grueling. He assigns her the hardest tasks: fetching water, cleaning, and managing the furnace. Her hands blister, and the heat is unbearable, but she never complains. Arin carefully observes Garrick's techniques, absorbing every detail despite the relentless labor. She endures ridicule from Garrick and his customers, who don't believe a woman belongs in a forge. Yet every evening she practices in secret, using discarded metal to craft small objects, developing her skills one step at a time. Eventually, Garrick notices her dedication. He doesn't praise her but starts letting her assist him in crafting simpler tools. Arin's progress becomes evident and her confidence grows. Despite the harsh conditions, she feels a sense of accomplishment. She realizes that she has passed her first test. Her spirit remains unbroken. Chapter 3. Trials in the city. When Arin finally arrives in the capital, she's awestruck by its size and the grandeur of the forges there. The city is filled with skilled artisans, each fiercely competitive, and they laugh at the idea of a young, inexperienced woman wanting to enter their ranks. Arin spends days going from forge to forge, hoping to find a mentor, but no one takes her seriously. Facing constant rejection, she feels the sting of failure for the first time. On the verge of giving up, Arin encounters Master Thorn, a seasoned blacksmith with a reputation for brilliance. He's known for his craftsmanship and temper, and few dare approach him. But Arin is desperate. She explains her journey, her determination, and her willingness to learn. Thorn studies her, sensing her sincerity and the quiet strength she's cultivated. He decides to take her on as an apprentice, but he warns her that his training will be brutal. Thorn's methods are relentless. He teaches her the intricacies of metalwork, from selecting the right ores to creating intricate designs. Arin learns to respect the fire and the anvil, understanding that true mastery requires patience and resilience. Thorn's guidance is harsh but transformative, pushing her beyond her limits. Chapter 4. The fire of failure and lessons learned. Months into her training, Arin reaches a milestone. Thorn tasks her with crafting her first sword, a symbol of her progress. She pours her heart into the blade, carefully shaping and tempering it. But when she finally tests the blade, it shatters. The failure devastates her, leaving her doubting her abilities. She contemplates leaving the forge, feeling she'll never be good enough. Thorn, however, doesn't let her quit. He sits her down and tells her about his own failures, the blades that broke, the countless mistakes he made, and the painful lessons he endured. He reminds her that failure is part of every master's journey. His words ignite a spark within her, and Arin realizes that her failure is not the end but a stepping stone. She resolves to learn from her mistakes and returns to her training with renewed determination. Chapter 5. Rising from ashes. With her confidence restored, Arin dedicates herself to mastering her craft. She spends countless hours perfecting her technique, focusing on each step with precision and care. Slowly, her skills improve. She successfully crafts her first blade, then another, each one better than the last. Word of her talent spreads, and she begins to receive commissions, even from noblemen and soldiers who recognize her craftsmanship. Arin becomes known for her unique designs and the strength of her blades. She pours her heart into each piece, imbuing her work with a beauty and resilience that reflect her own journey. Her reputation grows, and she earns enough to open a small forge of her own. She realizes that she has achieved what she once believed impossible. Yet she feels that her work is not complete. There's a sense of purpose that drives her, something beyond personal success. Chapter 6. The test of true strength. Just as Arin's forge begins to thrive, news spreads that a neighboring kingdom has declared war. The capital is in urgent need of weapons, and blacksmiths across the city are called upon to supply arms for the city's defense. Arin is asked to forge swords and armor, knowing that each piece she creates will be used in battle, possibly to protect the lives of those she cares about. Arin works day and night, battling exhaustion and fear. The weight of her responsibility is overwhelming, yet she doesn't waver. Every sword she forges is a testament to her dedication and skill, each strike of the hammer a declaration of her strength. When the battle finally comes, Arin's weapons prove invaluable, and the city's defenders stand strong, bolstered by her work. As the war ends, Arin is hailed as a hero, not only for her craftsmanship but for her courage in facing the ultimate test. She understands that her dream was never just about becoming a blacksmith, it was about finding the strength to protect and serve others. Chapter 7. The legacy of the forge. After the war, Arin is recognized as the first female master blacksmith in the city's history. Her story spreads, inspiring others who dare to dream beyond their circumstances. She opens a new forge, one dedicated to training apprentices who are often overlooked or underestimated. Her forge becomes a place of hope and empowerment, where young men and women learn the craft, and more importantly, learn to believe in themselves. Years later, Arin returns to her village, where the people who once doubted her now celebrate her as a hero. She sees herself not as a master blacksmith but as a symbol of resilience and determination. Her story becomes a legend, told and retold, a beacon for those who seek the courage to pursue their dreams.